What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today you guys are perhaps looking at the biggest box to smallest shipping label ratio I've ever seen. This one, of course, is coming from Everyday City Carry. Check out his channel if you haven't already, making some awesome EDC content. I believe this one's coming via the Lefty EDC knife pass around. We'll confirm here in just a moment. Doing the honors today, we have the Sabre from Arcform Knives. This one's been a blast. We got 20 CV on this sort of Warncliffe sheep's foot drop point blend of a blade going on here, which I love. This one has the liner lock and the pill shape hole there for beautiful Spidey flick and thumb deployment. Love the sort of ultim. Some people call it the PP handles. I call it the honey handles, right? In my opinion, kind of reminds me of, you know, I guess honey in a way. You call it what you want. The thing is, ultim is it's a trend, right? Every knife that you see out there is carrying some sort of ultim for the most part, or offers a ultim variant. So this one's been a blast to EDC. You guys really been loving it, and this one's gonna be doing the honors. This knife and every other knife, including the one in the box, is going to be linked down below. So if you want to check out prices, availability, or anything like that, definitely make sure to check those links in the description and pin comments. If you end up purchasing a knife through those links, it does help out the channel at zero extra cost to you, but that is entirely up to you. That being said, we got the babylist.com tape going on. Congrats to my man Ray from Everyday City Carry. He just had a baby. Excited for him. All right, let's see what is the best way to open this box without destroying it. Make a couple of incisions. Whoa, this is one big box, right? Unless he sent me a pair of shoes or something, right? I don't know how many knives are in here, but this has got to be one of the biggest boxes I have ever seen. All right, that I have received knives in for sure. All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at feels like maybe one knife in here and another knife right there. Okay, let's check this out. All right, this one is nice and cushioned. Take a look at this. All right, just gonna go ahead and open it from the side here. We got a CMB knife. That's always a good one. And we also have, what's this one all about? Let's take a look. All right, we got Caval, right? Caval knives. What was the last time we checked out a Caval knife? It's been a minute, so let's definitely take a look at this one. Got a Caval knife. It does have their signature sort of shipping container aesthetics style box. So yeah, we got two knives to check out here, you guys. See, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go ahead and save the Caval for last. Let's check out the CMB made knives first. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. We got the CMB knives pouch, zipper pouch. All right, and is this one caught here? What's going on? Whoop. Okay, something with the zipper there. All right, Houston, we have a problem. I don't want to break it. What is happening? Let's see. I'm sort of tempted to open it from the, I guess, get whatever is in here. Just just like that, because there's something going on with that zipper there, and I don't want to, you know, push it. So nice cushion inside, zipper pouch there, and here is the knife. This one is a tiny one. Let's take a look. All right, let's clean out here. Let's clear out some room for this one. And here we go. Bam. This is the CMB. Well, tell you what, right now you got the Tiwus logo and the CMB knives logo. So this is a collaboration knife. It is a Tiwus design. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. It looks like it's a very narrow, I want to say titanium. Yes, titanium scales going on here with a flipper tab, and that seems to be the one only deployment option. So very classy sort of aesthetics, very narrow, slim aesthetics. Whoa, bam. Holy smokes. Take a look at this thing, you guys. Oh my goodness. That is certainly an interesting blade geometry, I'll tell you that. And it is to be expected, right? If you know anything about Tiwus knives, you'll know that he makes some wild designs out there. So this is a dual ground, right? Hollow ground here, right? That is a hollow ground. This is a flat grind right here. Belt satin finish all throughout. A little bit of a swedge up here for personality. And as far as the steel goes, this is M390. It is printed right here, very tiny on the blade. That's about all of the billboarding you'll see in this knife, right? The logo, right, for both the brand and the designer are on the pocket clip, which is interesting. And that is it. It is a frame lock, right? I want to say it is on ball bearings. Perhaps it isn't broken in yet. So it's a little bit of a shake shutter, right? You want to definitely good jimping, functional jimping. On the flipper tab, I don't know what it is with companies these days. Some companies are opting for not putting any jimping on flippers. You know, if you're a knife maker, you're watching this video for whatever reason, keep in mind, right, jimping is essential for a flipper, right? That is just a fact. So companies out there making flippers without jimping, that's just asking for unnecessary trouble. So always jimp the flipper. That's just gonna help with the grip right there. So you can fail this one if you don't put enough effort, as you can see. Let's take a look at the detent, right? Decent amount of lock up there. I mean, tune a little bit on the softer side, right? But I want to say, as long as you light switch it, you should be okay. Put any amount of effort into deploying it, and you are good to go. So let me get you a closer look at that savage looking dual ground. So this one trails up a bit, sort of makes me think of a Persian, right? Borderline Persian, dual ground Persian style geometry going on with this one. It just looks savage. That's really what it looks like. Complete savage. Captive pivot on one side. You have a steel insert for steel on steel contact on that lock bar. It's going to be better for longevity as compared to titanium and steel contact. Otherwise, your stress relief cutout is going to be on the outside on this particular one, and the pocket clip is not going to be reversible, right? The pocket carry for the most part, but not reversible. And this is their signature pocket clip. I've seen this one on many other knives. It goes in and out of the pocket pretty good. And it is also in titanium. So premium knife here, you got the premium materials, you got the titanium, you got the M390. Check out the sort of crown backspacer going on here, right? That has to be titanium as well. I'm getting some pull here for the hardware. The hardware is steel, not titanium. That's confirmed right there. And interestingly enough, as big as this hardware is, it somehow is T6. So I'm not going to get into that whole discussion, because that is this is just a quick unboxing video, first impressions. But it looks like T8 and T6 everywhere else. T8 in the pivot, T6 everywhere else. You know, this is a significant amount of space there, so it could have been T8 at least. But anyways, that's neither here or there. We'll talk more about that during the review. But let's see. Let's check the blade alignment there. That looks pretty good, smack in the middle, if you ask me. So with one deployment option, you can get a little creative, right? Always make sure not to put additional pressure on the lock bar. But in this case, because you have a flipper, right, you're just gonna get it deployed. Should be able to get deployed either way. I'm gonna purposefully add some pressure to the lock bar and see what happens. There it is. I still managed to get it open, so there you go. This is should be a pretty safe bet for anybody who's looking to get into frame locks for the first time. Let's do some size comparisons on this one. I want to say somewhere in the medium category, if you would. I'm going to show you a tank of a dual ground knife, and that is the Manganas Caimano right here. This one also has hollow ground and flat grind combination, and this is a much bigger knife, as you can see. I'll also show you here next to the Sabre, right? That is the one that we use to unbox this knife, and it's actually pretty comparable for the most part. Of course, the CMB knife trails up, Persian style. The Sabre, you know, trails down, Warncliffe style. All right, you guys be the judge there. Let's do the typical ones here in the channel. Here's your PM2 from Spyderco. That's gonna be a bigger knife, no doubt. Your Para 3 is actually going to be the more comparable one. I'm being honest right there. You guys take a look. Definitely very comparable to the Para 3. And if it is comparable to the Para 3, that means that it is going to be very comparable to the 80-20.5. Demko 80-20.5 And here is the smaller brother, the Shark Cub. Shark Cub is going to be a little bit shorter, right? So definitely more 80-20.5 category, if you would. Let's take a look at some larger knives. Here's the Civivi Vision FG. That's going to be a little bit larger. And here's the Civivi Sentinel Strike. This one is going to be much larger as well. Both of these are very popular knives from Civivi that dropped last year, 2023. So definitely check them out if you haven't already. I got review videos on both of these knives here in the channel as well. And here is the Vosteed Raccoon and the CJRB Pyrite. So check out both of these. I want to say it actually compares to the Pyrite the best. Right? Definitely more Pyrite size. The Raccoon is just a tad bit bigger. But again, the idea here is just to give you a ballpark, right? So you know if you own any of these knives, more or less sort of what the size is. I didn't check this, or I didn't notice this at first, but this is a recurve section right here. So in a way, this will be a dual ground recurve Persian blade. So check that out. So yeah, a little bit of recurving going on here, and then some belly going on this long flat grind. It definitely feels really good. No nicks or dings or anything like that along the blade. Let's do some initial cuts right here with this very scientific paper cutting test. So yeah, that thing is gonna be really, really sharp. Check out them swirls right there. Right, as long as it gets a good bite, boom. Right, so that recurve is also going to help trap material. It's not pretty long, but let's see, it sort of gets the job done. Anything that falls away from the recurve gets cut with the belly section that trails up and still gets cut. It looks something like that. So yeah, this thing can cut paper very, very well. All right, let's do some cardboard. I got some everyday cardboard here from a diaper box or wipes box. And what's interesting about this one is this section is going to be single wall cardboard, but towards the end it becomes dual wall cardboard. So that might add another layer of challenge for the knife. Keep in mind when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but rather at an angle like that. And it's going to look something like this. Here we go. I'll see, I tapered off right away with that one. Try that again. And I'm trying to do these in a slow motion, right? I'm not going too fast, so you guys can sort of see it. So it doesn't mean the knife is struggling. It's just I'm trying to do it at a good pace. Right, so it does get to the dual wall section, and then of course it requires a little bit more force. All right, and it can, you know, the recurve section is not that long. I want to say, what is this? If I get my caliper out, I want to say that recurve section is probably under an inch. Yeah, definitely under an inch, whereas the belly section is going to be perhaps more so, yeah, around 2.35, right? 2.35 right there. So that's about what you're working with, right? A little bit over 3 inches on the blade length. So yeah, it definitely will get the job done, right? Is it gonna be probably the best knife to cut cardboard for a long period of time? Probably not. If you know anything about Tiwis, right? His designs, a lot of his designs are around self-defense. So I can see this knife being more so a self-defense knife for the most part, right? Here's that reverse grip, Friday night gas station, fighting for your Slurpee grip if you are lefty or Kevin, right? Feels good there. This grip right here, not so much. The reverse grip right here, yeah, feels good if you're cutting some straps and things like that. But yeah, definitely cuts, right? Definitely good. You know, dual ground, it will get the job done. But perhaps I think, if I'm not mistaken, right, knowing Tewa's backgrounds and other knives of his that I've checked out here in the channel, this is more perhaps a self-defense knife. But yeah, definitely can cut some cardboard. It's not a factory edge by any means. So definitely keep in mind that this particular one has seen some use already from the knife pass around. Man, that is one gorgeous looking blade right there, if you ask me. That thing is savage and beautiful at the same time. So you guys rate in the comments, how sharp is this guy on a scale from 1 through 10? Let me know. right? How much of an edge has this one retained? If you ask me, it definitely has retained a pretty good edge so far. There's certainly no doubt about that. So I just looked up the model name on this one. It's the CMB Knives Sasori. And I believe Tiwus is a Japanese knife designer, if I'm not mistaken. So Sasori is the knife model name. I'm not sure if that means anything specifically in Japanese. If it does, I'll put it right down here for you guys to check it out. But again, yeah, mostly self-defense knives for the most part with Tiwus designs. I want to say ergonomically speaking, I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Feels pretty good. Here's the regular grip, hammer grip if you would. I got average hands, not the biggest, not the smallest of hands, and I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip. No forward choke option on this one, or at least none that I would recommend. The flipper tab works as your finger guard, and it is a frame lock, so as you squeeze harder and harder, you're sort of locking the knife more and more. So there's that. The pocket clip is comfortable. It sort of feels like a 8.5 or 9 out of 10, which is pretty good. And yeah, I can put my thumb up here even though there is no jimping going on. All right, rest my thumb here and get those cuts done. I want to say for the most part, I can see myself using that recurve section the most. And then in some other scenarios, I'll use that, you know, sort of belly portion to it as well. It's a little bit uncomfortable to sort of get to the tip. You have to bend your wrist a little bit more, but I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of see what the carry experience is going to be like for this knife. Of course, this is just a quick unboxing and first impressions video. You guys know the drill by now. I'll be carrying this knife for some time. I'll try to gather as much feedback as I possibly can and come back to you with a comprehensive review of this knife, sharing with you the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything else that you need to know about this knife. So if you're not already subscribed, this will be a great time to do so. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. I make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis. Also, if you haven't smashed the like button, go ahead and do that for me. It'll be greatly appreciated. It does help the channel and the video reach a larger audience. And if you want to support the channel a step further, there's a link for Patreon down below. Or you can simply support the channel right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. Remember, this knife is linked down below. So if you want to check availability, prices, variants for this knife or any other knife that you saw in this video, those links will be in the description and pinned comments. It does help out the channel if you end up purchasing a knife through those links, but that is entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Check out the unboxing on the Sabre, Arcform Sabre, the knife that we used to unbox this knife. I'll leave a card for that knife right here so you guys can check it out next. That being said, guys, if you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!